What's up, everyone that watches my channel? You might be wondering why I'm playing Dandy's World even though this video is about creatures of Sonaria. That's just because I don't really want to play the game while talking about drama of said game. So yeah, I'm just not gonna be doing that. So I'll be doing this game while doing that. Basically, if no one's been caught up on the recent news on Creatures of Sonaria, it's that they've basically ruined like 2 events in a row. They've made them really grindy, and then they've also there's also like some drama going on with these tokens that people bought with real money during the lore event 2025 that just ended 2 days ago. So during the event, you could do these missions for one of the new species, the featured species of the event, and you would earn a little token, right? It's a little lore event token. And basically people thought they were gonna stay even after the event ended. And well, on Friday, when they updated the game for their death creature, they basically removed it entirely from the game. So they basically just like removed something from the game that people thought was going to stay. Now that doesn't sound bad because I mean it's an event token. There could be a chance it's not going to stay, but the thing is they advertised it for money. So you could spend real money for the item, and you could even trade it and sell it. So people thought this was going to stay, so people invested in the item, and when it left, they basically just wasted their time and some of them even their own real money for the thing. So it's basically just a waste of their time and their money, and the devs just got away with it. And they didn't even give out a warning or any compensation. They just immediately removed the thing without any warning. Picture this. Imagine you spent like a ton of money, or like just some money, could be like $5 to $10, on a little bundle for the event, right? Because you don't really care about the tokens, but like they're still there, so it's a nice little thing you get after you use your money for the main thing you want, which is the new species, because you don't want to grind again for it, or you just don't want to grind for the new species. So after you do that, you see that you have like these tokens, right? And they're selling for a lot in the trade realm. So you decide, you know what? I'm gonna sell these. And you might just forget to, or you start investing in them, or just no one buys a lot of them from you. So when they announce the next update, you decide, alright, I should keep these things, and then maybe their price will go up. And when Friday comes along and they update the game, you notice that they're gone. All of your trade tokens that you either spent real money for or you spent your time grinding for, they're just gone. Away from your inventory. Just not there anymore. So basically the devs kind of like scammed them. They took their money and then they removed the tokens. So that's kind of like, I don't know what the devs are doing. I don't know why they would remove them. In fact, they should have, if they were going to in the first place, they should have added a warning in the description of the item, because they have other tokens from past event like the Halloween, Christmas, and Valentine's. Those tokens stayed. So it would make sense that these ones would stay, and people thought they would stay because they never gave it a warning that they would disappear from your inventory. And so the people just kept them, and then they disappeared. So people's money and time was wasted, all because the devs didn't give out a warning, or because they were probably just too greedy to. And that's the thing with these devs. They seem to be getting more greedy lately. Like, for example, during the Summer Paradise event this year, all of the prices were just way too high. Like, it was 7,500 for a Flipply. That thing is a tier 1. Okay, 7,500 for that. All right. So the prices were set way too high, and they wanted the people to grind too much for it. So they wanted them to stay in the game so the devs could get their own money, which makes sense because they need money to like live and stuff. But when you're keeping your players in the game for like because you're making the prices too high, that's kind of crappy of you. Kind of low. And then with the lore event, you know what they did? They added weather missions. Weather missions in this event. No, some of them aren't even that bad, alright? There was Thunderstorm. You only had to experience 2 thunderstorms and like 2 Warden's Nebulas. That's it. But for some reason they added hurricanes. Hurricanes and acid rain. Let me remind you, they lowered the chances for acid rain because people said it was too annoying. They didn't even make the chances for it higher. No. They still kept it at their base chance. And yeah, they added really, really rare weathers into the event. They had you experience it twice. Most people don't realize how rare these weathers are, but they're extremely rare. You'd have to stay in the game for hours just to get one of the 2. Heck, you'd have to be lucky to get one of the 2. So they added these 2 events to keep the people in the game playing, which is just kind of bummy for this event, honestly. They could have done that for the LSS event because that game is about like the actual game and economy, but no, they did it with this event, and they did it in like the most bummy way possible. They had it to where the people have to stay in the game and just basically play roulette for their weather. That's it. It wasn't fun. It just wasn't fun at all. Because you could finish all the other missions, and yet you'd have this one thing. That's it. Which was to experience a thunderstorm, 2 thunderstorms, sorry, or 2 acid rains. Now, I'm pretty sure most people finish these missions. Hopefully, if you didn't, I'm sorry. Because, like, these 2 weathers are extremely rare. So yeah, these devs have just been getting really, really questionable lately. They removed the tokens that people spent real money and real time for, and they just made the last 2 events, the latest last 2 events, really, really grindy and boring. Like, don't get me wrong, the 3 event species, the capybara, the fish dog, and the dioxycan thing, for the lore event, they're all really great species. They're all really cool and unique. But, like, I don't know. The Oxycan was just like, so, you just didn't need to grind that much for something like it. It probably took me a whole day in total to finish the mission for Dioxycan. And the thing isn't even that good. It gets one shot by everything. So, close to a whole day in total in the span of 2 weeks for that little thing. 24 hours to get it. It shouldn't take that long to get something. And I played for like 1 to 2 hours a day for it, just hoping I would get the weather, and most days I just wouldn't get a single weather. So it's just really scummy. It's sad that the devs would go this low for it, and yeah, I don't know. This video is just mostly all problems. So I have one solution I guess we could do. So I'm thinking that everyone should just like riot against the developers. Do what we did with the satiation quote unquote buff. I'm vouching for everyone to just go against the devs on Discord and like flame them up, put them into flames, like basically burn them, cook them up, make the devs pay for basically deleting something that costed money that people spent real money for, and just like maybe give them solutions on how they can make the future events better. I'm thinking just either everyone revolts against the developers, tell them that they're being scummy and that they shouldn't do this, or it's like the game's gonna go down, the player base is gonna go down, or give them solutions for these events to make them better. That way future events can be just more fun for everybody, and that way the game is just overall a better game. Because, like, do we really want to keep on going with all this stuff? Like, if we're not gonna say anything to those devs, they're just gonna continue taking away stuff that costs money just because it's part of the event and the event ended. And they're just gonna keep making the events more and more grindy and more time consuming. I understand that the devs still need to make money, but when it comes to this, when it comes to keeping your players and making the events actually more like a cash grab for yourself and less like a fun way for you to make money and for your players to have fun, I think the devs should make the events more fun for the players and while still being able to make money for themselves. Alright, so like still add missions that are time consuming, I guess, like growing things to a certain age. Those things are always pretty fun, but still make the overall event more fun. Like add obbies and stuff, like what they did last year with the Christmas and Halloween event. They had obbies, they had mazes, and those mazes could give you rewards. They had boss fights. You see, those things were actually fun for players to do, and I'm assuming that the devs still made a ton of money from that because they continued. So I just don't think they should. I just think we should like tell them that all of this is bad and that they should stop it, or else we are going to revolt. And if they don't, then everyone in the community, or most people, we should either boycott them, so like just stop playing the game, or revolt, stop playing the game and tell them to stop doing all this, or else we're going to make the game even more worse for them and we're going to make them worse. I don't really know. If I were to summarize this, I'd just say that both the Summer Paradise and the lore event were extremely time consuming, because the Paradise event you had to grind a lot for the event currency just to get a single tier 1 creature that wasn't even that good. And this lore event, you had 2 weathers that were extremely rare, whilst another drama that happened was that they took away tokens that people spent time and money for because they thought it was going to stay, without warning the player base that they were going to take them. So with that, I'm guessing that summarizes most of the drama so far. The devs are just making the events less fun whilst basically like scamming people. So yeah, with that, I think it's about time we finish the video because I have nothing else to say. The devs are quite scummy for ruining 2 events that could have been fun, and the devs are also scummy for removing an event item that people thought were going to stay, because people spent real money for this item and time for these items, and the devs basically just removed it from them. So we should either get compensation, or the devs should just stop and quit. We need new devs at this point. If they're going to continue making these events worse and worse, we're going to need new devs. We're going to need people that actually know how to make the game fun. And we're just, I don't know. I'm done talking now. So I'll get working on another animation later. I just felt like I should make this so that more people could know about this, I guess, depending on how much views this gets. And also that just to like get more information out to people that these devs of Creatures of Scenaria are like making the game less fun, and that we need more people to talk about this stuff, and that yeah, we just need more people. We need more people to tell the devs to knock it off, to stop doing this, and we need more people to actually like wake up and tell the devs that what they're doing is scummy. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye. I'll work on the next animation after I'm done with this video. So with that, I'm gonna go. I'll start making the newest animation after I'm done editing this video, because I was working on stuff for student council, because we have homecoming this week, so I was just busy this weekend with that slide that I had to work on for the student council. And I also had like a cross country meet, so I was pretty occupied with that, and I had like no Wi-Fi to work. So with that, I'll post this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you want more videos. I'm thinking about posting more videos soon, because I can use my microphone now, and that'll make editing videos so much more easier now. Like, it'll cut off the time by like a week.